Hello everyone, this is the opposition leader uploading my speech. Honorable Speaker, today the Honorable Prime Minister has raised a very important proposal in the Parliament, and the proposal was this House would register as a mail order bride to a developed country. For the sake of the debate, I am a 19-year-old woman and from an underdeveloped country. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Prime Minister has defined underdeveloped country in such a way that a country where the government fails to give necessary facilities to its citizens. Mr. Speaker, me and our opposition leader is totally agreeing with his definition, and he has also given a very suitable and proper definition of mail order marriage. So we are not opposing his definition, and being within his definition today, we are trying to say that this proposal should not be passed in the Parliament. Now, Mr. Speaker, when I say that this proposal should not be passed in the Parliament, that is, this House should not register as a mail order bride to a developed country, then a question would come into our mind. What is the question? The question is why? Why this proposal should not be passed in the Parliament? To answer this question, we have divided some of our points. What are the points, Mr. Speaker? Let me tell you, our Honorable Prime Minister has told some of them, and let me tell you again with some new points. The points are: number 1, women exploitation; number 2, objectification of women; number 3, they are becoming victim of social abuse; number 4, difference in their tradition and culture. Mr. Speaker, first of all, the Deputy Prime Minister has refuted our point of objectification of women, and they have said that the objectification of women is not happening in a mail order marriage. Really? Do you think so? The answer of your question is hidden in the proposal. What is the proposal over here? The proposal is mail order, that is O-R-D-E-R, order marriage. So, Mr. Speaker, another interesting thing I want to share with you, that is, when we were researching about this motion, a very interesting thing came in front of us, that is mail order industry. So, Mr. Speaker, when we talk about industry, we generally think about a business organization. And what do an industry sell? What do an industry invest on? They invest on their products. So what is the product over here? The bride, Mr. Speaker. Here the bride is the product, and what is happening over here? Here a woman is uploading her pic in the internet, and a man from a developed country is picking out, after seeing lots of pictures from the internet, is picking a woman with whom she likes, or with whom she wants to marriage. Here the objectives or the main aim of the man can be both positive and negative. If positive, then it is very good. But my question to the Prime Minister, my question to the government side would be, will they give any guarantee that a man would not select a bride for his ill motives? Will they be able to give any guarantee of this? I don't think so, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, here when a woman is giving his pics in the online for a mail order marriage, she is like, and when a man is picking a woman from the website in the among many women, it becomes like buying toys from the market, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, it is like exposing yourself in the magazine. A woman is giving their picture and sharing their picture in the sites. It's like, as I said, exposing yourself in a magazine. So, Mr. Speaker, it is like buying and selling of toys in the market. For this reason, Mr. Speaker, we want to say that this mail order marriage conception promotes objectification of women, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, they have said about another very interesting thing, that is social security. Now, they said that women from an underdeveloped country don't get that much social security. For this reason, if he migrates to a foreign country and stay there, then he can get a lot more social security than he used to give in those countries. Here, the country which we are talking about is developed country. Now, if we think about developed country, what are the name of the countries which would first come into our mind? The countries are USA, Sweden, South Africa, United Kingdom, India. Now, according to the present statistics of Wikipedia, women torture rate is much more higher in those so-called developed countries, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, according to rape rate, number 1 is United States of America, number 2 is South Africa, number 3 is Sweden, number 4 is India, and number 5 is United Kingdom. So, Mr. Speaker, as they are telling that if a woman goes in a developed country, he would get much more social security, this point is absolutely illogical and they don't have any logic backing their points, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I think this point of theirs is totally invalid, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, same thing goes about women empowerment. Women empowerment is not a very easy thing. They are talking as if a woman gets engaged in a mail order marriage, then she would be able to go into a foreign country and will get empowerment. But Mr. Speaker, what is the social outlook towards those who get engaged in mail order marriage? The Western society don't take them nicely. They think that the brides who come as mail order bride, they are maximum time they think that they are either running from law or they have created some problems in their own country, for which reason they have come into those kind of countries. So the social outlook towards them is not good. So, Mr. Speaker, as they are talking about women empowerment over here by mail order marriage, this concept is also totally a misconception and it is also an illusion, Mr. Speaker, and I also think this logic of there also doesn't have any validity, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, let me come to another point. Mr. Speaker, today let me tell something about women exploitation. Mail order marriage is creating an opportunity for women exploitation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me give you a statistics. This year, lots of women from Slovakia and Albania were trafficked in the name of mail order marriage, and later they were sold as prostitutes and they were used to do works of prostitutes and lots of illegal works, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, by a mail order marriage, we are creating a way for women exploitation, Mr. Speaker. How we are creating a way, Mr. Speaker? Let me talk about some websites, Mr. Speaker. The website which we are talking about, there are abundance of fake websites in underdeveloped country, and those fake websites can easily trap the innocent girls of our country, and they can send them or they can do human trafficking in the name of mail order marriage through these websites. So the women's life is at stake, Mr. Speaker. Today, Mr. Speaker, I have given enough points to which we think that why we think that this proposal should not be passed in the Parliament of Bangladesh, should not be passed in the Parliament, and Mr. Speaker, today our whip will give a comparative analysis and will prove that why we are better and why this proposal should not be passed. Till then, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to all.